Hey, so the video has been cutting off for some reason at 15, 16 minutes when it was just, I've been doing that all morning and it was just going to 30 minutes yesterday, which doesn't make any sense to me. I didn't really download anything. I downloaded the app. I forgot about that. I gotta get a new phone ASAP. But, I'm just gonna start off reading where, from Genesis, basically where it cut off where I was reading, so I'm gonna start from the beginning again. Basically just about marriage, I'm just reading the stories about the Bible. I'm gonna start getting them in. I made some lemonade since I was away uploading this video. Just sugar, just one lemon, water, boiled water. I squeeze it for the most part, and sometimes I'll pull some of the lemon out, like the actual lemon, and I'll put it in there. And a little sugar. So I'm gonna go ahead and read this. Read this, and get this in so I can get going. Looks like it's gonna be a nice day out. It really is. And now I gotta go find my torch again, which I need to get a lighter. I meant to buy one yesterday, but that's the last thing on my mind, really. You know what I mean? Like, I smoke every day for the most part, but it's not like I don't go out of my way to have weed. Like, I don't have to have it. I'm not gonna go sell all my stuff to go get weed. You know what I'm saying? That's not who I am. Never been that person, actually, so yeah. Even when I was down and out, like, I went and made money to go get drugs. I didn't sell all my stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. People judge and I don't care. Alright, so let's get to Bible study. So, dude, as I was reading, it's fucked up, man. This is why I read. The stories you read in the Bible are fucked up, man. Like, some of the stuff, dude. It was just, this guy just seen this woman and took her. Like, okay, I think this woman's hot. I'm just gonna go rape her and take her. Because I feel that I'm so important that I can just go take this woman and this family is gonna allow me to have her because I slept with her. That was his justification for doing it. Serious. He thought his family had the power. He had the power to do this. Which tells you that his family, he thought that he got that from his family. His family was like that. But I'm gonna start, alright? And, this was actually the first mention of marriage in a Strong Concordance. That's why, I brought it up. Which is important to me, because if it's the first mention of anything about marriage in the Bible, which is in Genesis, which is the very first book of the Bible, it's gotta be important. Which I've been studying, I've been studying all this stuff, in Numbers, I'll be making videos, stuff. I mention this a lot. I'm just trying to keep you guys, because everybody that, you gotta remember, people don't always click on all my videos from the beginning. They're not following me from the beginning. So a lot of times I gotta touch on stuff for people to remind them, to go look at other videos. So bear with me. Alright, so it says, one day, I don't know her name. I don't know if you say Dina or Dinah. I'm gonna say Dina. I like Dina. One day, Dinah, the daughter Leah had given Jacob, went to visit some of the women in their country. Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite who was chieftain there, saw her and raped her, which is fucked up. Then he felt a strong attraction to Dinah after he raped her, which is crazy. Jacob's daughter fell in love with her and wooed her. Shechem went to his father Hamor, "Hey, get me this girl for my wife." Jacob heard that Shechem had raped his daughter Dinah, but his sons were out in the fields with the livestock, so he didn't say anything until they got home. Hamor, Shechem's father, went to Jacob to work out marriage arrangements. Meanwhile, Jacob's son on their way back from the fields heard what had happened. They were outraged, explosive with anger. Shechem's rape of Jacob's daughter was intolerable in Israel and not to be put up with. Hamor spoke with Jacob and his sons. My son Shechem is head over heels in love with your daughter. Give her to him as his wife, and marry with us. Give your daughter to us, and we'll give our daughters to you. Live together with us as one family. Settle down among us and make yourselves at home. Prosper among us. It's crazy. That was his way of, because he knew it was wrong. He knew it was wrong. That was his way of kind of justifying it, try to make it right, which it wasn't right. It says, Shechem then spoke for himself, addressing Dinah's fathers and brothers. Please say yes, I'll pay anything. Set the bridal price as high as you will. The sky's the limit. Only give me this girl for my wife. Jacob's sons answered Shechem and his father with cunning. Their sister, after all, had been raped. They said, This is impossible. We could never give our sister to a man who was uncircumcised. Why, we'd be disgraced. The only condition on which we can talk business is if all your men become circumcised like us. Then we will freely exchange daughters in marriage and make ourselves at home among you and become one big happy family. But if this is not an acceptable condition, then we'll take our sister and leave. Now, you got to remember, too, back in that day, I wouldn't have said that, in my opinion, but they had to, you got to remember, they're in a land that they're traveling through in the people's home. The reason why he said they would have just killed them, honestly, they would have just killed them and said, you just raped my family, you're not my sister, you're not going to get her at all. Instead he brought up the uncircumcision, because one, two is, second, they think about God constantly. God is on their conscious mind. So, that's their first thought, really. And then, their second thought is like, man, we got to really watch what we say because, they could kill them. So that was like their way of kind of getting out of, kind of getting out of it without, pressing the issue, because that guy is obviously raped her. He's obviously, he has there's no reason with him. There's no reasoning with this guy. They know that too, They know this guy is off his motherfucking rocker, So, it says, Jacob's son answered, it says, we already read that. It says, that seemed fair enough to Hamor and his son Shechem. The young man who was smitten with Jacob's daughter, that he proceeded to do what had been asked. He was also most admired son in his father's family. So Hamor and his son Shechem went to the public square and spoke to the town council. These men like us, they are our friends. Let them settle down here and make themselves at home. There's plenty of room in the country for them, and just think, we can even exchange our daughters in marriage. But these men will only accept our invitation to live with us and become one big family on one condition, that all our males become circumcised just as they themselves are. This is a very good deal for us. These people are very wealthy with great herds of livestock, and we're going to get our hands on it. So let's do what they ask and have them settle down with us. Everyone who was anyone in the city agreed with Hamor and his son Shechem. Every male was circumcised. So 3 days after the circumcision, while all the men were still very sore, two of Jacob's sons, Simon and Levi, Dinah's brothers, each with his sword in hand, walked into the city as if they owned the place and murdered every man there. They also killed Hamor and his son Shechem, rescued Dinah from Shechem's house, and left. When the rest of Jacob's sons came on the scene of slaughter, they looted the entire city in retaliation for Dinah's rape. Flocks, herds, donkeys, belongings, everything, whether in the city or the fields they took, and then they took all the wives and children captive and ransacked their homes for anything valuable. Jacob said to Simon and Levi, "You've made my name stink to high heaven among the people here. These Canaanites and Perizzites, if they decided to gang up on us and attack, as few as we are, we wouldn't stand a chance. They'd wipe me and my people right off the map. They said nobody is going to treat a sister like a whore and get by with it. So I'm going to keep on reading. It says, God spoke to Jacob, go back to Bethel, stay there and build an altar to the God who revealed himself to you when you were running for your life from your brother Esau. Jacob told his family and all those who lived with him, throw out all the alien gods which you have, take a good bath, and put on clean clothes. We're going to Bethel. I'm going to build an altar there to the God who answered me when I was in trouble and has stuck with me everywhere I've gone since. They turned over to Jacob all the alien gods they'd been holding on to, along with their lucky charm earrings. Jacob buried them under the oak tree in Shechem. Then they set out. A paralyzing fear descended on all of the surrounding villages, so that they were unable to pursue the son of Jacob. So I'm going to leave it right there. I'm not going to read anymore because that's kind of where I want to leave, because I got to talk about this. Because I mentioned this in a video, in one of my videos, that, you know, Jacob told his family, first God came to Jacob. God was mad at his sons, man. The sons killed all those people, right? Instead of just dealing with, you know, the person that raped Dinah, right? And marrying all these family in, you gotta remember, they agreed to the marriage. So even though Dinah got raped, they agreed to the marriage because they were godly people. They seen that, okay, we can work this out to good, because if we get these men to be circumcised, right, and we get these crazy pagan men to follow God's law, you know, and not rape people, and we're in this land already, you know, we're already here, you know, we can live here, we can, you know, we can mingle, we can, you know, and then we can move on, you know. They were turning a bad situation into good. And there's Jacob right there, you know, doing that. And then here you are, you got Jacob's sons being evil, you know, doing complete opposite of what Jacob's trying to do. And that's his own family, which is basically what just happened to my family. You know, they want something completely different than what I want. I want to have a godly life. I want to have a life traveling with my wife and my children on a boat. I want to homeschool them, you know. I want to meet people. I want to do my music and finish my book and get it published, you know. And I have all these things lined up. And my family wasn't having it, and neither was Jacob's family. Jacob's family wasn't having that. Even though our situations are different, it's kind of the same thing. But another reason why I wanted to stop here is because not only did God speak to Jacob, which is amazing, and God speaks to me, and he speaks to other people as well. Just ask them if they'll tell you. Jacob told everyone in the family, not only are you coming with me, we're going to go build an altar. He said, throw out all your alien gods, those are attachments, man. Those are attachments. And he even said, all those that lived with him, it says, take a good bath and put on clean clothes. We're going to Bethel. I'm going to build an altar there. And then, you know, the family even gave them their earrings, their Lucky Charm earrings. Because there's no such thing as Lucky Charm. There's no such thing as luck. That belief, she knew that belief was wrong. It's incorrect. He knew that. And she's seen, you know, she wanted to follow her dad, you know, Jacob, the family, the living God. That's why she gave it up. But that's also what I've done. I mentioned in another video, is if you have anything that has been given to you, where that person has been salty, or you have any bad memories and that item or object is still in your home or in your possession or around you, get rid of it. I'm serious. Get rid of all of those things. Anything that you have that's an attachment that's keeping you from God, like even a car, like all this stuff, right? I'm willing to sell all of it. That's why my heart's open. God knows that. I put all this stuff up for sale. That's not an issue. I'll give my whole life, everything for God. But if you have anything that you're not willing to give away, to be with God or spend time with Him, I suggest if that's a priority to you, to have a relationship with Him, you better figure that out. I can't tell you what to do because I'm not you. I don't know what it is that you have an attachment with, so therefore I can't help you unless you tell me. But it's simple. Just get rid of it. Sell it. Give it to somebody else. Do whatever you got to do to, to get you in the Word. Okay? And then I think it's gonna cut out soon. And so I'm gonna read another one. It says Deuteronomy, which is Deuteronomy 19. I really wanted to read this because this is Moses. Moses he brought the people out of Israel, and he didn't get to go to the promised land because he sinned, and he was already born with the Spirit. So when you're already born with the Spirit and you sin, you're grieving the Spirit, which is it's an abominable sin. It's once you're born with the Spirit of grace, you shouldn't have to sin anymore because you have the strength to overcome it. You overcome the evil, the temptation. Therefore, He's there at all times. He's there at your call. All you gotta do is say Jesus' name. All you gotta do is say the name. That's it, Jesus. It's that simple. It has power. But you have to have belief that name has power. And no, you can't just go make up any name and believe that it has power. That's not how it works.